Reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus made the disciples get into a boat and precede him to the other side of the sea, while he dismissed the crowds. After doing so, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When it was evening, he was there alone. Meanwhile, the boat, already a few miles offshore, was being tossed about by the waves, for the wind was against it. During the fourth watch of the night, he came toward them, walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified. "It is a ghost," they said. They cried out in fear. At once Jesus spoke to them. "Take courage, it is I. Do not be afraid." Peter said to him in reply, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." Peter got out of the boat and began to walk in the water towards Jesus. But when he saw how strong the wind was, he became afraid. And again, beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him, and after so he said, "O you ye of little faith, why did you doubt?" After they got into the boat, the wind died down. Those who were in the boat gave him homage and said, "You truly are the Son of God." After making the crossing, they came to the land. When the men of that place recognized him, they sent word to all around the country. People brought him all who were sick and begged him that they might touch only his tassel of his cloak, as they might touch and be healed. The Gospel of the Lord. Hi. So there's Jesus walking on water, and Peter needs only to believe and trust in God, and he can do the same. But what happens? Like any one of us, he finds himself doubting, and he begins to sink. Sound familiar? We all can be guilty of doubting the ability that God gives us. Once again, we find ourselves in good company as we see a disciple acting very human. What is important, though, is that we get back to the point at hand, which is trust God. He will provide. He will give us the strength we need. I have a card holder on my desk which reads, "What would you do if you knew you could not fail?" What would you do? Trust in God, and he will lead. My struggle with this is rooted in my desire to control the situation. My A-type personality struggles letting go and letting God. Pray for me that I will learn how to let God lead me where he wants me to go. I have a second topic this morning. Why do I pray the rosary? Some Christians question why Catholics pray to the saints, even Mary. I pray to Mary because saying a rosary for two reasons. The first is to ask her for help on my behalf, interceding to Jesus. Why not ask a mother for help with her son? The second is it is very calming to say a rosary. It is tranquil and brings me to a wonderful place close to God. Why would you not want to enter a peaceful place where you feel close to God Almighty? I encourage you to try it sometime. Devin, you have. You may find that it's very enjoyable. I love you so much.